Welcome back here at 5:30. It's good to have you with us. I'm Tammy Melchak.
And I'm Jim Scott. Topping our news this half hour, the National Law Enforcement Memorial and Museum is holding its 34th annual Candlelight Vigil Friday evening in Washington, D.C., kicking off 3 days of activities honoring fallen officers and deputies.
You're probably well acquainted with the name of one local man being honored, Kern County Sheriff's Deputy Philip Campus, killed in a SWAT standoff last July. Another local name is going up on that memorial this weekend as well.
And here is 17's Robert Price with the story of Bakersfield CHP officer Scott Merritt.
Last year was the deadliest for active duty law enforcement in nearly a century. 458 local, state, tribal, and federal officers killed in the line of duty in 2021, according to the National Law Enforcement Memorial and Museum's annual fatalities report. But the leading cause was not felonious assault, which killed 62 officers, including Kern County Sheriff's Deputy Philip Campus last July. Not traffic-related incidents, which killed 58 officers. No, the number one cause of death among law enforcement officers last year was COVID-19, which represented more than half of the overall total. Over the course of the 3 previous decades, the average number of law enforcement fatalities has been well below 200. But in this decade, due to spikes in all reported categories, it's now at an astounding 377, led by COVID-19 with 301. And that number is expected to grow as more COVID deaths are reported. One of those victims was a Bakersfield officer of the California Highway Patrol, Scott Merritt, who died September 10th. Just 42 years old. Merritt grew up in Wasco and graduated as salutatorian from Wasco High School in 1997. He began his career with the CHP in 2005, first in Santa Cruz, then in 2010, Bakersfield. In 2014, he became a Drug Enforcement Agency task force officer. His wife Shannon, children Madison and Nolan are in Washington for this weekend's events. Merritt's cousin, Jillian Bean, says they were like sister and brother.
He loved what he did.
Yeah.
He was passionate about what he did. He never failed at anything.
That's
he didn't know
great.
how to fail, like in sports, in school, like anything. He didn't know how to give up. He was always on top.
Law enforcement authorities say it's difficult to determine the likelihood an officer contracted COVID-19 during the commission of their official job duties, and vaccination status was not included in the annual report. But this weekend, it's not about those numbers. For the Merritt family and those close to them, it's about one man. A husband, a father, a son, a colleague. Scott Merritt, one of 458 law enforcement officers taken before their time. In Bakersfield, Robert Price, 17 News.
And as we mentioned, members of the Kern County Sheriff's Office will also travel to the nation's capital next week to honor fallen Deputy Philip Campus. Deputies will land in Washington, D.C. Later this evening to escort Campus's family during the Candlelight Vigil. Campus will be honored at more law enforcement ceremonies this month, including 2 here in Kern County. You can find more information on that on our website, kget.com.